So in October this year, Donald Trump, the Trump Organization, and his kids go on trial in a civil trial in New York State in a case that's being brought against them by New York State Attorney General Letitia James. Today, she filed what is called a motion for summary judgment in that case. What is a motion for summary judgment? A motion for summary judgment is asking the court to make a decision on the case now, before there's a trial. The motion asks the court for a judgment on the merits of the case before trial because there is no dispute as to the material facts in the case. Okay, let me explain that in a second. First, motions for summary judgment are massive. They are massive because you're asking the court to decide a case in its entirety without a trial, because there's no dispute in the facts. So you have to demonstrate to the court all your facts that there's no dispute. By way of example, this is one motion for summary judgment that I am opposing right now in one of our cases. They are big. They take a long time to write, and they take a very, very long time to oppose. Now, what is this case about? The crux of the case is that Letitia James is accusing Donald Trump, his kids, the Trump Organization, of dramatically inflating the values of their various properties and golf courses when they're doing things like getting bank loans, applying for bank loans against those properties. If they have a house that's worth $100,000 and they want to borrow money against that house, they tell the bank that that house is worth $1 million. That's bank fraud, and it's wire fraud. They would do that also when they were applying for insurance policies on all of those properties as well. However, when it came time to pay property taxes on all of those properties, they would say, oh, well, Bedminster Golf Course, when in reality it's worth $150 million. When they would pay property taxes on it, they would tell that taxing authority that that property is worth $20 million. So they were gaining huge financial benefits on both sides of those transactions. They were borrowing more money than the property was worth. They were paying less taxes than they would have otherwise owed based on a artificially deflated value of the property. And that's it's all paperwork, okay? So as Letitia James has investigated this case, she's gotten all of those financial statements that were created by the Trump Organization and Trump and his kids. She's got all of those applications for bank loans using those inflated numbers. She's got all of those applications for insurance policies using those inflated numbers. Then she's got all of those financial statements showing deflated values that they relied upon to pay property taxes, and she has all of those tax returns where they use those deflated numbers. Now, she has all of these documents for the same year, showing that in the same year they said X was worth this, but then it's worth this. And she has that as a pattern, year after year after year after year after year after year, showing a pattern of intentional conduct. It was not accidental. There were no misunderstandings. This was done on purpose. These documents were signed by people. So those are her undisputed facts supporting, I'm guessing, I haven't read it yet, supporting her motion for summary judgment. That case is set to go to trial in about 2 months, a little less than 2 months. And it's going to take a lot of work for Trump and his attorneys to oppose this motion in a manner which even allows them to proceed to trial, is my guess. So that's what happened today.